I was removing the transmission screw bolts and pan clamps that hold in the transmission pan. And of course, my luck, one broke. Here's the sound of my live reaction.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy, that sucks.
Now, if this happens to you, don't panic. I'll show how I removed the snapped off screw which is stuck inside, as well as a different way to remove a stuck screw bolt with a transmission pan clamp, including how to bend back the transmission pan so it can be reused. Now, for more helpful videos, you can later see how to do a complete transmission oil change with filter and plug replacement. Swap out the valve body, replace a broken transmission valve selector rod, like if a car doesn't move after shifting gears, and so many more. I'll put those in the description to watch later. These are all the tools you'll need to gather specifically to remove and replace this broken transmission pan clamp and screw bolt. I'll put all these parts, tools, and supplies in the description below. Please tap the like button if you found this video to be helpful, and subscribe to see more cool videos like this. Then, let's get this screw bolt out. First, make a small hole in the center, and grab a power drill with a small drill bit like a 1/8 inch or 3.2 millimeter or smaller drill bit. Now, very important, it's best practice to use a cobalt drill bit. Anything less can snap off and break as you try drilling. A cobalt drill bit is specifically designed to be used on hard steel surfaces, like screw bolts in this case. What you're trying to do with a regular drill bit is just make a small hole so the tip of the other screw extractor or left-hand drill bit can fit in the hole of the snapped screw bolt.
Pilot hole is now done.
Next, I'll start using a thicker drill, but I'll be using a left-hand drill bit and continue to move up a size until the threads start spinning and come out. Or you could also use an extractor set. It's a matter of personal preference. So similarly to the left-hand drill set, with the extractor set, you'll start with a smaller extractor bit, which is labeled number 1 usually, and move up if necessary. Now, another very important thing to mention is when using either a left-hand drill bit or extractor bit, make sure your power tool is in reverse, which turns counterclockwise. I'll continue to change out and increase the thickness of my left-hand drill bit until the snap bolt threads start turning. While I do that, I'll quickly mention the main difference between how an extractor or left-hand drill bit works compared to a regular drill bit. So pretty much the flutes are reversed on the left hand or extractor bit, and in order to bite into the screw, the power tool must be in reverse. So again, the main difference between a regular drill and the others are that the flutes on the drill bit are reversed. These extractors are great to have and are very affordable nowadays, so make sure you have some. Okay, it's working, and I just turned some threads. Yes, a little hard to see on camera, but now I figured another way to remove this pan clamp and bolt, but without using any power drill, extractor, or a left-hand drill bit set. Again, this is a backup option if you don't have either a left-hand drill bit or extractor set, and this should only be done if only one bolt head snapped off. So I'll now show an alternative way and use my impact tool. Let me know in the comments if you like my crafty idea of putting a plastic bag on here so I don't get any oil on here. Okay, so I'll remove the remaining 5 transmission pan screws. These come off with a Torx T30 bit.
You can feel the oil.
This method will put pressure on the transmission pan and break the pan clamp, and slightly bend the tip of the transmission pan, which I'll show how to easily fix later. So again, you'll have to get a replacement trans clamp and screw as a result. But then you don't have to risk damage to the threads by drilling. With that being said, I'll continue and drop the rest of the oil in the pan.
See that right there? That's the bad one right there.
I'm just wiggling this back and forth until it comes off. Of course, have a drain pan underneath to collect any oil spills. If you're in a pinch and don't have those extractor tools, then you unfortunately may want to consider doing it this way, even though the other way is preferred.
should come off now. Okay, got that off.
If you're replacing your transmission oil, you'll need a new gasket and filter anyway. I'll just pull off this gasket. So I'm going to show what to do next. So here's one of the transmission pan clamps without the screw. The damaged screw on the vehicle is stuck and is seized to the clamp, okay? These transmission pan clamps are very interesting. This clamp has a hex-shaped design, which is great. That means I can fit a socket on here. So what I'll be doing is putting my ratchet and 19mm deep socket on here and turn the clamp counterclockwise. Here's a quick example of what I will be doing. Now to finally get this clamp and screw off.
We can fit a 19mm socket on here. Got it out.
Wow, the screw is still seized to the clamp. Maybe for fun, later I'll put a torch on this to see if I can get the screw off the clamp. That'll be at the end of the video.
So the thread's not damaged, and just to show you, here's one of the other transmission pan screws. Screw it in. See, it can go in. There you go.
So the work is not done yet.
So right here, that side's bad. You can see, protrudes a little bit compared to the others, which are smooth. You're going to grab a pliers and you're going to bend it back into shape.
Because pressure was put on the pan clamp and broke, it most likely also bent the area of the pan where the pan clamp fits into. This transmission pan is steel and holds its shape pretty well, but can still bend around the rim edges, and luckily, this also uses a rubber seal to keep this tight from leaks.
See here? That fits on perfectly. Test it all the way around. That's why it's important that this get cleaned up well. Get all that corrosion and rust out. Okay, looks good. Okay, this is the bad one. Let's see if it fits in smoothly.
You just want to make sure the pan clamp fits flush. I'll show you a different angle.
Here's my transmission pan. Just to show you. See, it's a little hard to tell, but you can kind of tell it's a little bit bent, but I bent it. And look at that. See? Put the clamp, and it still fits on. So, that's no problem.
Now I can finally reinstall the transmission pan with filter, gasket, and plug adapter, and then add new transmission oil. I'll put the full reinstall video procedure in the description with all the other helpful transmission videos I made to watch. So again, if possible, do method 1 and get a new screw and use either an extractor or left-hand drill bit set to remove the broken threaded screw holding the transmission pan in place. And only as a last resort could you try the second method, which requires getting a new transmission pan clamp and screw. As stated earlier, I'll put all supplies and tools used in the description. Please hit the like button if this helped and subscribe to see more out-of-the-box thinking on how to fix car yourself. Oh, and please mention your thoughts in the comments on this video, like your own experience with removing a broken screw or broken transmission pan clamp if equipped. That should help others out. Until next time, thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of the videos on this channel and have a great day or night. And just for fun, and in case you're wondering what I did with the damaged transmission pan clamp and screw, I put a torch on it and finally unscrewed the threaded screw from the pan clamp with a vise and a pliers. Then before throwing it out, I said, this is one of many reasons why it's time to move into an electric car. No more awful, oily transmissions. Later.